Hello students, welcome to the EPG Pathshala. I am Dr. Rashmi Sharma, Head of the Department OB and HR, Lal Bahadur Shastri Institute of Management, Delhi. Today we will learn module Human Resource Auditing. This module is from the paper Contemporary Issues in HRM and Future Trends. The learning outcomes of this module are: we would learn the objectives, the rationales of human resource auditing, HR auditing process and approaches to HR auditing, the HR auditing steps, different methods of HR auditing, some corporate examples, and what are the major concerns in human resource auditing. After completing this module, the students will be able to understand the HR audit process, learn the different methods and approaches of HR audit, know the major concerns in HR auditing. A human resources audit is a review of current human resources procedures, policies, documentations and systems to identify the needs for improvement and enhancement of the HR policies and other aspects that are related to human resources. It is a diagnostic tool to gauge the current status of things and also the gap between the current status and the desired status in the area that is being audited. A thoroughly conducted HR audit will answer questions like: what are the current employee policies? Are these policies accessible? Are these policies actually applied? Are policies in compliance with the legal aspect of employment? Do we have procedures to update these policies regularly? Are we taking adequate measures to provide training at each level? Now let us understand the importance of HR audit. Several external factors have played importance in making the HR audit prevalent in the organizations, like increasing the importance of human capital, the corporate scandals which have been taking place in the past decade. When an HR auditing is being conducted, it is ensured that the HR practices are in alignment with the organizational goals, as the ultimate goals of HR practices is to achieve the organizational success. The changing HR practices demand that HR professionals contribute fully to their organizations as true strategic business partners. An audit helps an organization to understand whether its HR practice helps or hinders the business goal. The audit helps in quantifying the results of the department's initiative and provides a roadmap for necessary changes. Audits also help the organization to achieve and maintain world-class HR practices. A recent HR audit study that was done in 2016 reveals the following. HR audit is a process that is routinely undertaken in 8 out of 10 companies that were studied. But only 96% of the organizations do not have a dedicated HR resources for audits according to the study. Even organizations like Google have implemented rigorous HR practices for the same. Expert opinions were taken and it was found that best practices are being followed in HR auditing, and frequency of the HR audit has also been increasing year to year. Let's understand what are the objectives and rationale behind HR auditing. HR auditing helps in reviewing all aspects of human resource management, which will help to evaluate and bring improvement. It helps to find reasons for success and failure of policies and procedures. It helps in evaluating the performances of employees and finding reasons of low productivity and improving the strategies. Let's quickly recap what Kurt Levin's change model is. Kurt Levin's change model has three aspects: unfreezing, movement, and refreezing. Unfreezing refers to bringing the change in the current system. It brings in resistance. People do not want to change. Movement refers to the changes that are to be implemented, and people should understand the same. This is also considered as a tough stage. Refreezing refers to the step which includes reinforcing the new procedures and ensuring that employees do not revert back to the old norms. Let's understand the benefits of human resource audit. The human resource audit helps in identifying the gaps between the current working and standard working of the HR department, thereby streamlining the processes. It inculcates a greater sense of responsibility among the HR professionals as they feel motivated to give better results during the audit. It gives clarity on HR duties and responsibilities by highlighting the areas of improvement and suggesting efficient methods. It helps in cost reduction by implementation of better procedures, bringing improvement in employee productivity, and adapting measures to fill the performance gaps. The human resource information system, which has become an integral part of human resource system, is also evaluated during HR audit, and the suggested changes are given so that to make it much more efficient and employee friendly. If we talk about the frequency of HR audit, that is how many times auditing should be done in the organization, we can say that it should be done once a year to ensure a thorough updating of HR policies and procedures. There are some companies that follow the HR audit practices every month. Let's now understand how the audit process works. In the audit process, we need the pre-audit information, which is a complete review of the company's policies, manuals, and procedures followed. The on-site review, that is, which gives the relevant information from the employees. Record review helps in reviewing the current HR records, and the audit report helps in the compilation of report. Let's understand the approaches to HR audit. The first approach is comparative approach. A company is identified as the standard of HR policies and procedures, and the company is questioned and evaluated on these standards. Second type, outside authority approach. An outside authority or company is approached and a benchmark is set by the company to compare its own results. Also, a standard for audit is set by the consultant, who is an external agency. Next type is statistical approach. The statistical information maintained by the company in respect of absenteeism, employee turnover, etc. is used as a measure for evaluating the performance. The fourth type is compliance approach. A company's policy and procedures are thoroughly checked for the legal aspects if they follow the legal compliances. Fifth type is the famous management by objective approach. Under the MBO approach, as the name is, there are specific targets that are fixed. The performance is measured against these targets. The auditors conduct the survey of actual performance and compares it with the goals that are set. Now let us understand what are the steps that are to be involved when you do HR auditing. First is determine the scope. If the HR audit is being conducted for the first time, it is always recommended to review all the policies and procedures. Second step, develop a plan. In this step, the audit team measures the method that are required to be followed and other activities that are related to analysis of data that are decided. Third step, produce a report. After the analysis, a report should be created presenting the key findings, areas of improvement and performance gaps. The fourth step, create an action plan. After the report is prepared, an action plan should be framed to make improvement in policies and procedures, training, development and other factors. Fifth step, evaluate the progress. The new procedures and implementations should be reviewed continuously to check if they are bringing about the desired change or not. Let us understand what are the different methods of HR audit. There are three methods that we are going to discuss in this slide. Individual interview method, group interview method and workshop method. Individual interview method refers to when the top management is asked questions about the HR policies and procedures in the company. Group interview method involves the top management and senior HR professionals interviews that would help in gauging relevant information for the audit. The workshop method, as the name suggests, involves conducting a workshop to know more about the HR system in an interactive manner, and it also helps to incorporate or suggest changes. The questionnaire method is another method that can be used during the HR auditing. Questionnaire is distributed to employees to know what is their perception about the HR system and gain understanding if the procedures and rules that are being followed by the company are fair and just. Observation helps in understanding the day-to-day working of rules and regulations and also the fact whether they are being followed. Let us understand some examples which are being followed in some organizations for HR auditing. We all know BHEL. It is a PSU that follows the HR audit process very thoroughly. Even though it is a huge organization as has various subsystems like manpower planning, recruitment, potential appraisals, training and development and job rotations and transfers. It has still adopted HR auditing for all its subsystems. In this slide, you can see a template form which is being used by organizations to do an audit. Now we will learn what are the major concerns in HR auditing. HR recruitment audit refers to a company following an unbiased approach towards recruitment and is not discriminating on the basis of age, gender, marital status, political beliefs, etc. So when we do an HR recruitment, we need to ask such questions. Does the employee or the company have appropriate medical testing for the candidates? If yes, is it legally acceptable? Does the company perform required assessment and tests during recruitment? If yes, are they valid and unbiased against any individual? During the start of employment, has the employee been provided proper terms of employment in written form like the name of the employee, designation, date, pay rate, leaves available, etc. The next type of auditing can be pertaining to employee discipline audit. An employee discipline audit will look at the rules and regulations which are implied by the company to maintain decorum in the company and the measures that can be taken to bring about improvements and give penalties to the defaulters. Organizational development audit. When the purpose of the HR audit is the development of organization as a whole, there are several parameters that are needed to be taken into considerations. Parameters like industrial relations, poor recruitment procedures, unskilled workers, unclear job description, conflicts, poor performance management, etc. We have to focus on the culture. Do the employees feel connected to the organization and feel they are responsible for its success? Does the organization have appropriate leadership skills? When it comes to assessing the organization, we have to be mindful of few things. Is the organization structure simple or complex? Are the staff members clear about their roles and responsibilities? Are organizational goals in line with the HR goals? Systems are to be assessed as well. Are the systems employed in the organization efficiently? Are these systems employee friendly? Is the performance management system relevant? Are the tools that are being used relevant and in line with the current industry trends? When it comes to understanding and assessing the employees, do the employees possess proper skill set and can prove to be an asset to the organization? Are proper rewards and recognitions given to the employees? Are proper training opportunities present for the employees? And are they given proper feedback which is timely? This module presented us with the HR audit's importance and its relevance in today's time. We learned that HR auditing has the following objectives, that is, reviewing all aspects of human resource management which would help in evaluating and bringing improvements, finding reasons for the success and failure of policies and procedures, evaluating the performance of employees and also finding reasons of low productivity and improving the strategies. Thank you.